Yo, let me tell you, this nigga is such a fucking lame. He's so lame, it's not even funny. So we're texting and everything, and he's trying to FaceTime me. He's trying to FaceTime me because he's trying to show me, like, trying to hurt my feelings. He's trying to show me the girls that he been, I guess, fucking or talking to. And it's like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. At the end of the day, they must not be that good that you was blowing up my phone.
I'm sorry, baby, man. Y'all get rid of me like cancer. That mean, you can't get rid of the cancer, you know what I mean? All of my hoes, still my hoes, that's for sure. All of my hoes, still my hoes, that's for sure. All of my hoes, still my hoes, and they know they still my hoes.
Today's story isn't just about a breakup. It's about patterns, healing, public love, and what happens when the very public figure we know as Cardi B quietly presses delete. No caption, no shade, just silence. And if you know anything about Cardi, silence speaks volumes. In case you missed it, Cardi B recently wiped Stefon Diggs, NFL wide receiver, style icon, and former Instagram main character, completely off her page. Gone. No trace. No photos, no tags. As if he never existed. And look, we've been here before. This isn't Cardi's first social media cleanup. But this one hits differently. Because this time, it felt like she had something stable. Something private, calm, and potentially real. So when fans started noticing that every post of Stefon had vanished into the digital abyss, the questions started rolling in fast. What happened? Did they break up? Did he cheat? Is she okay? Now, before we jump to conclusions, let's rewind and remember who we're talking about. Cardi B is more than a celebrity. She's a cultural force. From her early days as a stripper in the Bronx to being one of the most successful female rappers in history, she's done it all without ever dimming her personality. Loud, bold, hilarious, transparent, that's what makes her relatable. But when it comes to love, her life has been anything but glamorous. It's been raw, chaotic, often heartbreaking. We all remember the Cardi and Offset era. The ups and downs, the cheating scandals, the public reconciliations, the tear-filled videos. For years, Cardi stood by Offset through a whirlwind of drama, defending him publicly, forgiving him privately, and doing what so many women do. Trying to hold a man accountable while still holding the relationship together. And that's exhausting, especially when you're doing it under the blinding glare of fame. Eventually, something had to give. And Cardi chose herself. She chose peace, or at least she tried to. So when she started stepping out with Stefon Diggs, it felt like the beginning of something new. Different. Healthier. It wasn't loud. There were no red carpet debuts, no Instagram lives professing love. It was subtle, soft, grown. The kind of love you hope to have after healing. The kind that doesn't need validation from the internet to be real. They were seen together at games, on private jets, in exotic locations. The paparazzi caught them a few times, but for the most part, it was quiet, and that made it feel realer. Fans picked up on the vibe quickly. Even though there were no full-on relationship announcements, the soft launches were enough. Cardi would post a leg, a shadow, a carefully cropped video, just enough to let us know there was someone. And it didn't take long for the internet to connect the dots. That someone was Stefon Diggs. A star in his own right, Stefon is known for his on-field talent and off-field swagger. Stylish, smooth, successful, he seemed like a perfect match for Cardi. Someone who didn't need to ride her wave because he had his own. But here's where it gets complicated. Because no matter how good someone looks on paper, that doesn't guarantee they're emotionally ready, especially not for someone like Cardi B. When you date Cardi, you're not just dating a woman. You're dating her trauma, her fans, her brand, her history. You're stepping into a world where everything is documented, analyzed, and gossiped about. Every move becomes a headline. Every follow, every unfollow, every comment, every like, it means something. And that kind of pressure, it breaks people. Now, to be clear, Stefon Diggs has never confirmed the relationship publicly. Neither has Cardi. But the body language, the paparazzi shots, the cryptic captions, they all painted the picture. They were together, maybe not in an Instagram official way, but enough for Cardi to start featuring him on her page. And let's be honest, Cardi doesn't post any man unless it means something. She's too smart for that. So when she did, fans took it seriously. And that's why this recent deletion sent the internet spiraling. Because Cardi doesn't just delete for aesthetic reasons. When she deletes, it's surgical. It's emotional. It's the digital equivalent of saying, "You don't deserve space in my world anymore." And for someone who's gone through what she's gone through, that delete button is power. It's control. It's closure. So, what went wrong? Well, rumors started bubbling up fast. Multiple women started dropping hints. TikToks with vague captions, tweets with side eyes. Some even went as far as claiming they were still talking to Stefon while he was seeing Cardi. Screenshots surfaced. DMs were hinted at. And suddenly, the narrative started shifting. Maybe Stefon wasn't as committed as he looked. Maybe he was entertaining other women behind the scenes. And maybe Cardi found out the same way she found out before. Through the blogs. Through the fans. Through people tagging her in every shady post. Now we have to be careful with speculation. Not everything on the internet is true. But the pattern is familiar. A powerful woman dates a high-profile man. The relationship seems promising. Then the whispers start. The women come forward. And soon, the woman who thought she'd found peace is back in the same storm she tried so hard to escape. It's emotionally exhausting. And for someone like Cardi, who's done the work, who's grown, who's raising kids, it's not just disappointing. It's devastating. And here's the thing, Cardi isn't just reacting to Stefon. She's reacting to a lifetime of being let down. When you've been hurt over and over, even a small red flag can feel like a giant betrayal. You don't wait for proof. You move. You delete. You protect yourself before it happens again. Because healing teaches you not to wait for the heartbreak. It teaches you to leave at the first sign of it. Maybe Stefon wasn't ready for that kind of accountability. Maybe he thought Cardi would be like everyone else. Forgive, overlook, keep it moving. But Cardi has already played that game. She played it with Offset. She played it in front of millions. And she's not going back there. Not for anyone. And let's not ignore the emotional weight of constantly starting over. When a woman chooses to love again after being broken, she's not just opening her heart. She's risking her sanity. She's trying to believe that love can still be safe, still be healing. And when that hope is shattered, again, it hits harder. It hurts deeper. And the silence that follows, that's not just sadness. That's mourning the future she imagined. Mourning the version of herself that was finally starting to trust again. So where does this leave us? Right now, Cardi hasn't said much. No rants, no tweets, no subtle lyrics. But knowing her, the truth will come, eventually. Maybe in a verse, maybe in a live, maybe in a tearful, unfiltered moment like we've seen before. And when it does, we'll listen. Not because we're nosy, but because we care. Because Cardi represents something bigger. She's not just a celebrity. She's a mirror for so many women who have been there. Who've loved loudly, hurt deeply, and still keep showing up with hope. And as for Stefon, he may stay quiet. He may defend himself. Or maybe he'll do what many men in the spotlight do. Move on quickly and hope it fades. But let's not forget that reputations follow you. Especially in the digital age. If he messed this up, he didn't just lose a relationship. He lost a woman who rooted for him when she didn't have to. A woman who gave him access to her private world and then had to shut it down just as quickly. In the end, this isn't just about Cardi B deleting a man off her feed. It's about what that deletion represents. It's about a woman reclaiming her space, protecting her peace, saying, "You don't get to take up space in my story anymore." And that's powerful. Breakups don't always come with a bang. Sometimes they come quietly, through unfollows, through deleted photos, through changed captions and unspoken pain. And that's okay. Not every ending needs to be explained. Sometimes walking away silently is the loudest way to say, "I deserve better." So let's leave Cardi with this, a message of love, not pity, not gossip, just love, because she's been through enough. She's earned her healing. And if this is another step toward that, we're proud of her. Stay bold, stay curious, and stay locked in right here on Star Hush. Because no matter how quiet things seem right now, we know Cardi's story is far from over.